Good evening and welcome to TV16 News, live at 5. Today is Friday, March 20th. I'm Cody Smith.
And I'm Katie Culp. Coming up, Eaton's Searcy plant is laying off employees.
And a new bill may not be too popular for Arkansas college students.
But first, let's take a quick look at weather with Stephen Goodell. Stephen?
And spring is now on the scene. It arrived this morning at 6:44 a.m. And folks, the temperatures are cooler than usual. You would usually find on a spring day, but that's because we've had a series of cold fronts come through. And on Saturday, another one of those cold fronts will come through and bring temperatures into the 50s and bring some rain with it. Those rain showers will be moving out by the evening hours, bringing us temperatures into the 40s. For lows on Sunday, temperatures rebound very nicely into the springtime 70s. We'll talk about the rest of your week and what it holds for you as your news at 5 starts right now.
Recent emails and texts warning about violence at Walmart have turned out to be a hoax. Emails and texts stated that a gang initiation involving the murder or abduction of women and children would take place at Walmart. Local law enforcement say the information regarding gang violence at Walmart is rooted in rumors dating back to 2005. Variations of the urban legend have spread from Alaska to Florida. A Walmart spokeswoman says the company is aware of the rumors and are increasing security efforts at their stores.
Eaton Corporation announces layoffs at the Searcy plant Wednesday, but the layoffs are temporary. 70 workers from the plant will be sent home from April 6th through June 1st. Manager Dan Hilgenkamp says the plant will eliminate its third shift and move to a 4-day, 40-hour work week. He says workers could return early if business improves. Hilgenkamp says the laid-off employees keep their benefits while they are not working. Easton's Searcy plant employs around 350 workers.
A bill in Arkansas Senate may keep college students from smoking on campus. The Arkansas Clean Air and Campus Act was approved Thursday in the House on a 68 to 26 vote. The bill would prohibit smokers on any college campus that receives state funding. Representative Barry Hyde, who created the bill, says the smoke-free measure follows up on a trend in higher education. Hyde says more than half of the state colleges are non-smoking, and this measure will take care of the rest. If the measure passes, every state-supported school must change their campus to smoke-free by the fall of 2010. The bill would ban lighting cigarettes, cigars, or any other combustible plant.
The U.S. Department of Labor announces a grant of over $2 million for Arkansas towards the creation of 151 temporary jobs. Secretary of Labor Hilda Salas says the grant will provide temporary jobs in Arkansas to assist in the cleanup of winter storm damage and debris. The jobs will include providing food, clothing, shelter, and humanitarian assistance for those affected by the recent ice storm. The Arkansas Department of Workforce Services received the grant, which targets 19 out of 30 Arkansas counties declared by FEMA as disaster zones on February 6th. Counties include Cleburne, Independence, and other northern counties.
The Bald Knob School District will regain financial control soon after being labeled fiscally distressed by the Department of Education almost 2 years ago. The Department of Education decided to lift the label on Monday after the school district raised nearly $2 million. The department says they have confidence that they have gotten on top of their financial situation. The school will control its finances on July 1st.
Finding a vacant hotel room in Searcy can seem impossible during busy weekends on Harding's campus, but recent construction could be the remedy to the city's problems. TV16's Adam Brewer has more on the story.
Busy weekend on Harding's campus? Good luck. Finding a vacancy in Searcy can sometimes almost be an impossible task. No more vacancies. Sometimes hotels in Searcy fill up their rooms up to 8 months in advance for big events on Harding's campus, such as graduation, spring sing, and homecoming. And if you're not one of the lucky few to land a room in Searcy, it could send you searching for a place to stay as far away as Little Rock. TV16 spoke with Donna Reeves of the Heritage Inn in Searcy about how difficult it can be to book a room in Searcy.
We have our rooms book up very quickly. Most of our students are aware that if they don't come and get reservations for their parents, they likely won't get anything. For spring sing and especially fall graduation, I have heard many people say that they've had to stay in Little Rock because they checked everywhere from here to Batesville or, from here to Little Rock, and many times that's the case.
Finding vacancies in Searcy can be a pain, but relief is on the way. Construction is currently underway on 2 new hotels in the Searcy area. The much-needed hotels are expected to reduce the amount of Searcy visitors who are forced to go to towns such as Beebe, Cabot, and Jacksonville just to find a place to stay. The developers of the La Quinta Inn on Poplar Street and the Holiday Inn Express on Evans both expect their hotels to be open for business this summer. Reporting for TV 16, I'm Adam Brewer.
After the break, Congress takes action about the AIG bonuses.
And find out what jobs may be recession-proof. Stay with us.
Hi.
195 страны.
4.200 religioni.
还有6912种语言。
Machitem eina antisakina.
Et quelle religion pratiquez-vous?
A smile shares the same message.
Two U.S. Navy ships collided in the Persian Gulf early this morning. An amphibious transporter and a nuclear-powered submarine crashed, injuring 15 sailors. A damaged fuel tank in the transporter leaked 25,000 gallons of diesel into the Strait of Hormuz. The Navy reports the 2 vessels were on security details. Currently, the incident and the damage are being investigated.
Authorities in Aruba say they might have found a missing teenager's remains. Alabama high school senior Natalie Holloway went missing in May of 2005. Police are using dogs specially trained in identifying cadavers to determine whether or not the body found was in fact the lost girl. Holloway was last seen leaving a bar in the capital of Aruba with Jordan Vandersloot.
Now that the House has passed a hefty tax on employees receiving bonuses from companies getting bailout money, it's the Senate's turn to vote. The bill stems from the controversy surrounding AIG. Meanwhile, the insurance giant has released the names of people who received the bonuses. Sandra Endo has more with the very latest from Washington.
Bailout controversy, President Barack Obama appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno Thursday. He's the first sitting president to go on late-night TV.
We are going through a difficult time. I welcome the challenge. I ran for president because I thought we needed big changes, and I do think in Washington it's a little bit like American Idol, except everybody is Simon Cowell.
Wow. The AIG saga continues. A day after Senator Chris Dodd claimed he was pressured by the Treasury Department to include a loophole in the stimulus bill allowing AIG executives to keep their bonuses, Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner defended the move as a way to protect the government against lawsuits.
We wanted to make sure it was strong enough to survive legal challenge. His bill also has this very important provision that allows us to go back and see if we can recoup these payments, and we're going to explore that.
The bill is passed.
Meanwhile, House lawmakers passed a bill on Thursday that would impose a hefty 90% tax on bonuses paid out this year from companies receiving more than $5 billion in government bailout. It would affect employees making more than $250,000. Critics call the bill a sham.
It's nothing more than an effort to cover somebody's rear end because of the political damage that's out there.
AIG complied with the New York State Attorney General in releasing the names of the employees who received the bonuses. For now, those names are being kept confidential for their safety. In Washington, I'm Sandra Endo.
The State Department says it's working for the release of 2 American journalists being held in North Korea. The journalists had been filing reports on refugees from North Korea who have been settling into border towns. They've been identified as Laura Ling and Yuna Lee, both with Current TV and out of San Francisco. It's the first time North Korea has detained U.S. reporters.
Secretary of State Hillary Clinton was in Washington last night to attend the Vital Voices Global Leadership Awards at the Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. The awards honor international women leaders who have expanded democracy at the grassroots level, while also promoting legal reforms and human rights. Vital Voices is an organization that identifies and trains up-and-coming women leaders worldwide.
President Obama is reaching out the olive branch to Iran. Obama videotaped a message to Iran where he offers the start of a new relationship. The president says his administration is committed to diplomacy. The Iranian officials replied that the U.S. has to recognize its past mistakes if they want peace with Iran.
A recession-proof job. It's something that we'd all like to have, and believe it or not, they do exist. From healthcare to utilities, even the funeral business. Jerry Willis tells us where the best jobs are.
World, finance, and I think now, who knows, when you start to look at the auto industry and the loss of jobs there, that may become a next pool.
NYU student John Campbell earned a living as a river guide and had hoped to become an architect. Now he's thinking nursing is the better route.
Nursing offers a career where I had control over my financial life.
Wedding planner Vicki Johnson isn't bothered by plunging stock options and layoffs. She's self-employed and business is booming.
We probably have, 25 to 30 weddings on the calendar as of last summer. And our phone is still ringing for 2010. So, it's very, very encouraging that people are still getting married. They're still, living that dream.
One key to a successful business, according to Shatkin, offering a service like weddings where customers won't cut corners. Jerry Willis, CNN, New York.
Lawrence Shatkin tells us another thing that people won't cut corners on, their pets. He says pets are no longer considered discretionary income. So if you're on the hunt for a recession-proof job, you might want to consider becoming a veterinary technologist. It's a field expected to grow 41% in the next decade. Don't like the sight of blood? Shatkin also says there's a huge demand for air traffic controllers. And if you're good with numbers, consider becoming an actuary. Contrary to recent trends, recession-proof jobs are likely to grow in job security during this time of rebuilding.
President Barack Obama says he wants to get at least 1 million of the next generation of green cars, plug-in hybrids, on America's roads by 2015. But as Kara Finstrom reports, if the slumping sales on current hybrids at dealerships are any indicator, it could be a tough sale.
It's up to 220 people deep that have all left deposits.
That was May of 2008. Gas prices were rising. There were federal tax incentives to buy hybrids, and in California, more incentives like free street parking.
This one?
But now in 2009, with gas under $2 a gallon, most incentives phased out, and the recession crippling all car sales. It's a different story at that same dealership.
You could come in and within a day or two pretty much have a Prius that you would like.
Hybrid car sales nationwide are down almost 30%.
People aren't looking for something that's going to push, you into a technological age.
Ray Montez plans to buy a car within the next 3 months and is not looking at hybrids.
I'm just looking for a car that can get me from point A to point B.
Right now, with gas prices where they are, it doesn't make a lot of sense for many consumers to buy a hybrid. So it's going to take quite an incentive financially for people to really take an interest in hybrids again.
Industry analyst Jessica Caldwell says car dealers are now offering all kinds of unprecedented cash back, low APR deals on hybrids like Priuses, which run on gas and batteries. That's helping sales, but Caldwell says it'll take much more to get Americans buying the next generation of green vehicles, electric plug-ins.
People are usually resistant to change, especially ones that's so radical.
And because these cars won't leave the showroom unless consumers buy them.
This week, President Obama laid out new incentives for consumers.
A new tax credit of $7,500.
He's hoping to build on the enthusiasm of people like Gina Zimmerman, who's now leasing her second Prius.
An environmental choice, and also I liked it.
And who says she's waiting for the green car of tomorrow. Big hopes, big plans, but also big challenges. A year ago, this dealership couldn't keep a Prius on its lot. But now, even with all those dealer incentives, 28 Priuses waiting to be bought. Cara Finstrom for CNN, Los Angeles.
And in international news, property prices are also falling in Spain, where many commercial and residential spaces remain unsold. The financial crisis has also caused a big hit in Spain's construction industry. As a result, unfinished buildings now stand like ghosts in Madrid and around the nation. Al Goodman explains.
Bridled construction. These Madrid office and hotel towers, a symbol of Spain's economic muscle, completed just before the bust. Now, unfinished buildings scar the landscape, completely abandoned, not a crane or worker in sight. The company behind this office building in bankruptcy proceedings, an employee told us on the phone. This real estate agent, in business for 3 decades, has never seen it this bad.
They're called ghost buildings, but they're really just projects stopped, waiting for financing, or if the bank now has them, waiting for a decision.
The developer of this project made a decision: stop all the work, with home sales plummeting by 1/3 in Spain last year and a credit crunch. The developer and real estate company declined to talk to us on camera, but they said on the phone they do plan to finish these buildings someday. They just don't know when. The uncertainty of the ghost buildings can be frightening for the residents in this new neighborhood east of Madrid.
I hope they finish this, because leaving it like that, the neighborhood would look kind of sad.
Nearby, we found another apartment building under construction, with just a skeleton crew at work. The foreman himself laying bricks. Just a handful of workers now. Normally, there'd be 100.
We're not selling homes. The banks aren't given credit, and we don't know if we'll be able to continue. But it's not just us, it's happening to everyone.
They've got enough material to carry on working slowly for a few more months. In the fields outside of Madrid, where new homes and offices sprang up quickly, Spain now stuck with a troubling crop of ghost buildings. Al Goodman, CNN, Madrid.
Pirates have captured a Greek cargo ship off the coast of Somalia. The 24 crew members of the Titan are being held hostage. The ship came under attack while sailing through the Gulf of Aden, where 40% of last year's pirates' attacks occurred. Military ships from the U.S. and more than a dozen other nations are patrolling the Gulf.
More than 40,000 Catholics celebrated Mass with Pope Benedict XVI yesterday in the African nation of Cameroon. Today he moved on to Angola, where half the population is Catholic. The week-long trip marks Pope Benedict's first visit to Africa as pontiff.
So, Stephen, I noticed it was a sunny day today. Can we expect a sunny weekend as well?
Well, it will start out cloudy, but then it will revert to sun on Sunday. We have just one little cold front to get through, and then we'll be moving into some sunnier days on Sunday. Here's a look at the almanac now out at the airport. Starting out this morning, low of 42, spring rolled in here at 6:44, so from now until late August, spring is here, and we're looking for temperatures in the 70s in terms of averages. So temperatures averaging into the 60s, the middle 60s today, up to 63 for the high. No rain in the rain bucket just yet, but that might be changing. We'll talk about that coming back from the break.
Do you feel tired or helpless? Have you lost interest in all the things you once loved to do? Are you to the point of hopelessness? You're not alone. 19 million Americans suffer from depression every year, but there is help. Go to www.dbsalliance.org.
Pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up.
Good Friday to you and welcome back. The main headline that we're watching right now is that spring is finally here. That's right. It arrived this morning at 6:44 and it's here to stay for at least the next couple of months. So temperatures will start to rise and we're talking about no more winter weather until next winter. But the headlines in my forecast are we're calling for showers on Saturday and then a warm Sunday with severe weather possible next week. Let's take you out to the airport and we'll show you 5 p.m. conditions. 63 degrees and sunny with a few clouds out there. 46% humidity with an east-northeast wind at 10 miles per hour. And the current temperatures around the state: 60 in Jonesboro, 63 in Memphis, 64 in Fayetteville, 65 in Fort Smith, and 68 in Arkadelphia. Now, all across the state, there's a few upper-level clouds, but back to the northwest is where they're really starting to see the clouds as a disturbance moves through and will drop rain on us tomorrow for a 50% chance for rain. And you can see all of those clouds and that line moving towards the east, and that will bring us that small chance for rain tomorrow. But then on Sunday, high pressure takes over once again and leaves us sunny with temperatures in the 70s. So more of a spring-like day on Sunday. So for tonight, temperatures in the 30s with temperatures in the 40s in the central part of the state. And then for tomorrow's highs in the middle part of the state, 60s, up to the north in the 50s with 70s down to the south. So definitely a spring-like day down to the south. Closer to home and in our neighborhood, in the middle 40s for tomorrow's lows and then 60s for highs tomorrow. The allergy report, the tree pollen is still high with cedar, juniper, and elm, the main allergens out there. This coming to you from the Little Rock Allergy and Asthma Clinic. The weather blog has been updated. You can visit anytime, stevensweatherblog.blogspot.com. We're going to be at 58 tomorrow with 50% chance for rain, warm on Sunday, and then a strong cold front moves through Monday night into Tuesday and Wednesday, bringing us a slight chance for severe weather on Tuesday. So we'll have to watch that closely with temperatures in the 60s. So Saturday, you need to bring the umbrella. Sunday, welcome to spring.
All right, thank you, Stephen. Coming up in sports, the NCAA play action continues, and the Razorbacks announced their spring practice season.
And after sports and an American championship that involves cheese. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. This weekend for Harding Athletics looks to be an eventful one. The Bisons will be playing rival Ouachita Baptist in a doubleheader at Jerry Moore Field tomorrow starting at 12. The Bisons have a record of 15-15 going into tomorrow's game with home games at 14-10 in their favor. The Bisons will be heading out early for a big meet tomorrow morning. The Harding track team will have their first open meet at Rhodes College in Memphis tomorrow. This is the first open meet of the season for the Lynx of Rhodes College. The Bisons will be competing with over 700 athletes this weekend and about 20 other schools from all over the U.S. This includes Washington State,
Ole Miss and Illinois State. In 5 days, the Razorbacks will begin their spring practice as well as announce their depth chart for the 2009 football season. Razorbacks have no returning veterans for the quarterback position, but have high hopes for Michigan transfer Ryan Mallett. They will have 5 offensive starters returning this season and 8 on the defense. 4 of the Razorbacks will be unable to participate in spring drills due to injuries. Practices begin March 24th, and fans are welcome to come watch when they are held in the Reynolds Razorback Stadium or any of the outdoor practice fields. After playing in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2005, Oklahoma State will continue to advance to the second round of tournament play. The number 8 seed Cowboys beat out 9th seed Tennessee today with a score of 77-75. In Midwestern tournament action, Kansas University defeated the Bison of North Dakota State 84-74 in Minneapolis today. Down in Miami, there was not the upset that Stephen S. Austin had hoped for. The Syracuse Orange defeated the Lumberjacks today 59-44. That's all for sports. Back to you, Katie.
Now it's time for you to take a look at this, the video you have to see and will want to share with your friends. Today, a surgery to repair a crocodile skull, $5 million on display, and the U.S. Cheese Championship. Jim Ribble has more.
Well, we seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties. Stephen, I noticed that my allergies have been getting really bad, and as you said, I didn't think I had allergies to tree pollen, but I guess I do. I've been trying to keep my eyes dry the whole time we've been sitting here.
That's the same thing. I've been walking around just sneezing and rubbing my eyes. It's definitely high, and it will be high for the next couple of days, but we've got some rain on the way. Take a look at the 5-day forecast, and you can see rain for your Saturday in the amount of 50% aerial coverage, 58 your temperature, then warming up to a nice sunny spring day on Sunday. Then Monday night we come back with rain chances at 20%, temperatures dropping into the 60s. Then on Tuesday we have the chance for some severe weather, but it looks just to be mainly wind and some strong storms. More of the tornadoes and hail will stay in northwest Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma. So no real threat here.
All right, well, it looks to be about around 60s tomorrow and about 50% chance of rain. So what do you think about the game for tomorrow, Sammy?
Maybe postponed, but you never know. It should be a good game. Ouachita Baptist is one of our rivals, so it's a doubleheader. See how it goes.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us tonight on Live at 5. For all your news, sports, and weather, please tune in on Monday night.
From all of us here at TV 16, have a great weekend.